Um, Basically, let me describe like what led me to this like, as a start, and then I'll like we can go off from there like what actually this all is based on. Recently, I've had
Mm-hmm.
some games of League where it's like it felt like there's a something that's like this invisible skill that is like it has a tremendous out like influence on the outcome. Like the ability to like maneuver within a very extremely like hard game. Like it's hard to describe like what that's like. Like how someone can have like on one of my recent games, I think I sent you it. Like did I send you the game of my 098 Kale game? No, I didn't.
Uh,
I had a game
but
with Kale
yeah,
where I went 0, 9, and 8, second lowest gold in the game, yet I felt like I had such incredibly high impact on my team winning that game. And it was like you couldn't see it in the stats. Like it wasn't visible in the stats, but it was like how I played the map and like what I was doing at any given moment had such a huge impact on us being able to win or how I was using my abilities in certain fights. It felt like, wow, I'm not carrying in a visible way, but I'm having such incredible impact that lets us win this game. And like that concept really blew my mind. And recently, the game I just played here, this felt like a game like, wow, I had to do so much things that couldn't see it from here, but like there's a reason I got all the honors on my team. It's because I was doing so much stuff that like allowed us to win this game basically. Like let me actually take one specific moment in this game in particular. Let's find it. Where is it? Yeah, right here. So like this is a good example of what I'm doing with my teammates. Like I have the Seraphine in me. We're in like a pinch. This Echo is super fed and he's very dangerous like to deal with. He's I'm like, okay, how do I get us out of here? And like Camille's coming up too, so it's I gotta get us out. So like, what I start doing is this: I start pinging exactly where I want us to walk because I want to get Seraphine like out to go like the way that I want her to go. And I was just trying to like escort her out. Like I'm like, okay, I need to keep her alive because the game is like on razor's edge. But like I'd have to make like rotations around the map constantly for other people because I knew what my job was at all points. This Viego, my entire team was appalled by him because he had such a terrible mental. He was just like at this point like let me find it. Yeah, he basically just messes up a play and then says 15, go next. I'm like, what? We were winning at the point in the game. He says just 15, and it's like, wow, his mental is just terrible. So I was really worried our team would actually like fall apart, but we managed to carry him over the finish line. And okay, so that began my search for a word to describe what is this ability to do that like really like unseen impact. And I was like, okay, what are some words that I think of like when I think of this? And I couldn't find anything that like fit my definition, but I knew finesse was the closest thing I had. So eventually I went to Word Hippo, which is a great website for getting synonyms, and that led me to this point here. These are like what it means to have finesse: having or showing skill, especially of elegant or graceful kind, mental acuity in dealing with a situation, great subtlety or tact in handling or manipulating people or difficult situations, elegance and flair in movement or execution, refinement or grace, quality being nimble or agile, skill, practice of achieving one's ends through underhanded means. That's actually an example of like what the core of this is going to be. But to obtain, arrange, or achieve by indirect, complicated, or intense.
you said you started. You went to
Yep, site, and I
the
was listing the
definitions.
definitions, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So basically, overall, you see like some of these like they sound like they're describing what it means to be really skilled at something, right?
Right.
Or how to be like, no, like, oh, this guy's an expert or a master
Yeah.
or a very good strategian, like strategic. But like the thing is, like this example here of the skill in or practice of achieving one's ends through underhanded means. This alludes to the thing I want to talk about. The fact that to deceive or fool someone, like it's there's a very like clear context that people think negatively of this trait too. So like I'll scroll down now to like we'll actually start going through some of these. And these are synonyms for the word. So in this
Mm-hmm.
definition, these are like synonyms for this like what this is. So having skill, especially elegance or graceful. So skill, expertise, mastery, competence. These are like really easy to understand like for this one. And these are almost all positive, right? Like these all look positive.
Yeah.
We have showing mental acuity in dealing with situations. These are again seem pretty positive. You know, cunning, inventiveness, imaginativeness, intelligence. These are also positive as well. Now this one is where you can see some of it. Great subtlety and tact in handling or manipulating people or difficult situations. Discretion, subtlety. There is, where is it? I saw one of them. Perceptiveness, prudence, sensitivity. Actually, this one's still slightly positive. I think I thought the next one down maybe. I thought this was deception. Actually, is what I thought it was. But okay, yeah. This is still on the positive end. Elegance and flair. This is this one's actually I feel like is showboatiness, but I think this is where we're starting to get to this manipulation, plot, ruses and tricks. There is where is it? Deception, scheming.
Wheeze,
Yeah, it's like as we get down like fake.
con, scam,
Yeah, exactly.
hoax, fraud,
Sham,
deceit.
hoax, fraud. Yeah, deceit. Like now, like it lingers into like that's what really surprised me. Like, whoa, how does it get like so close to such like severe negative like energy? Like this one's good as well, I think, on this one. But let's see. It's
I,
especially
I,
when it's a verb. It's really bad. Actually, is when it is. When it's a verb, because these are all nouns. Like these are nouns.
yeah.
But like once it gets to the verb section, or here especially, like this is all negative. This is everything negative in
So
this
what's the
one.
difference between a noun and a verb?
Nouns are things. Verbs are an action a thing does.
Okay.
So for you to do something with finesse is a verb. For you to like
Yeah.
have what is called finesse is a noun. But okay, yeah. So let me go down real quick. I was here. So this is like yeah, your ability to like strategize like especially let me go back one more. Where is it? An adroit typically winning maneuver. This is like when you think of like warfare. Are you like able to come up with like a trap? You know, like when you're playing chess, can you come up with a plan to like outwit your opponent basically? Like you're gonna look like you're doing one thing and then you catch them by surprise. That is finesse. And the
You
thing
can
is,
hear me?
we would consider that as something that's respectable typically. Like when I said fencing or martial artists, someone who can have like that kind of like planning and foresight, that's usually okay. So I'm gonna continue on this. Five, I guess, had to step away, or he had some internet issues that made so he can't continue. But I want to finish this thought because it was an interesting idea, and I do want to capture it in some form. Our discussion was on finesse and the relationship between how to be skillful or to have that mind where you can think of ways to outwit your opponent. In a way, it's respected, and in a way, it's very disliked by a lot of people. It falls into the category of deception or to be dishonest, and people like it has a very negative connotation when you're using it this way. Like people don't like the idea that someone can outthink them, and that causes it to get a very negative perception in some ways. I find finesse to me usually I think about is the it's like grace, but the morality argument of it is comes down to like when I think of chess. In chess, are you mad at someone because they made like they caught you by surprise? Like I don't think there's anything wrong with that. As long because in chess you both know you're playing the game. Like it's known that their game is being played. Whereas I think in life why people dislike finesse is because you don't always realize there's a game being played. And that's where the difference is. Um, this is the one definition here that really kind of like I felt weird about. To obtain, arrange, or achieve by indirect, complicated, or intensive efforts. Because that sounds to me like someone put a great deal of thought, planning, and precise like choices into this. And it seems like that would be a masterful performance at something. Like you're having to go through all these intricate like efforts. And yet these are the ones where it's like masterminding, framing. I mean, engineering is up there, but manipulate. Like a lot of these are actually, you know, orchestrate is not innately bad. Plot is kind of negative connotation as well. Beguile, concoct. Yeah. To deceive or fool someone. I guess like my question is, what is it considered when you I guess I think outwit. Let me think actually. If I look up outwit, what do I see? To beat, to outsmart, to beat in a competition of wits. Hmm. Again, these are actually trick, deceive, dupe, con, cheat, mislead, outfox, hoodwink, hoax. Yeah, this is actually another example of it. That this is in a competition of wits where it's like it was a known thing that you're competing. And these are mostly like negative. At least the initial ones at the top are. Outmaneuver's not bad. Beat, defeat. Outperform is good. But the ones that are like where is one? Scam or where is it? Rip off. Yeah, these are like where does humanity get the this is kind of why I want five here, but I'll leave it at this. I find it interesting how something that is simultaneously a representation of skill and ability is condemned as a immoral thing because of people's discomfort with that fact. All right, that's where I will end this. I'll put these together, and then if you're watching this, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.